In this video, I'm just gonna be taking out my braids. And before I do that, I just wanna show you, first of all, this is what my hands are looking like from the mud stuff that they put on it. It's been 2 days now, and I'm surprised how strong this color is staying on, and apparently it lasts for a while. I looked it up. This is actually henna. I didn't realize that. This is like original henna. It's actually called Fudan, I think, Fudan. And it's actually, it was like the first type of henna used by African women. It's literally just a plant, like it's the same plant that traditional henna is made from, except there's no chemicals or dyes or anything added to it. So it's super natural. You just dry out the herb and then pound it into a flour, and then you just mix that with water and it creates like this mud texture. So that is what is on my hands, and tonight they put it on my feet. So we will see how this comes out in the morning when I take it off, but yeah, now I have it on my feet too. It's pretty cool that it's like a natural nail polish without any chemicals or anything, because I'm always trying to find good products that don't have any chemicals or anything. And yeah, I'm just gonna start taking this out. I don't know, I have no idea what this is gonna look like. It's been a couple days, and yeah, it actually looks really crimpy. Like, do you remember crimpers? I used to crimp my hair, like the little zigzaggy things that it's like a straightener except it crimps it. Yeah, so it's been a couple days and these are really tight. I don't know if you can see, my head is like plastered. Like, I didn't expect it to look like this. When they said they were gonna braid my hair, I thought it was gonna be like regular cornrows or something like that, but then when they showed me the final result, I was like, wow, that is something I never thought I would see my head look like. And yeah, it's very, very interesting of a style. And I kept hearing her say baby hairs, like the word, yeah, she was like baby hairs, like basically she was trying to figure out what to do because I had all these like baby hairs popping up in the front, and she ended up just getting like some kind of hairspray or something to like mat it down to my head, and that is why that's why it looks as sleek as it does up front there. All right, this one just broke and fell out. That makes it a little bit easier. This is so funny. There's a mirror behind me. That's why I keep looking back there. Wait a minute. Do I even have, I don't even think I have another hair tie in my hair. I think I'm like digging for the hair tie, but there isn't one. I think this is literally just how strong that was in there with the hairspray. Like this hairspray, it's like straw. Like, I don't know if you can tell how, like, what this looks like, but oh my God, ow, it hurts. It hurts. Like, even just like pulling this off my head, it's like painful. All right, this is starting to give me like 90s or early 2000s, like Spice Girl vibes or something, like Baby Spice or something. I'm just gonna keep going. So this is another one. Yeah, so these were starting to feel pretty tight today. I mean, they were tight literally since the beginning, like ever since they first put them in. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't know how long I wanted to leave them in. I was thinking of maybe keeping them in because I'm actually, next week, I'm going to leave Senegal and I'm actually gonna fly to Lisbon and hike part of the Portugal Camino, which is like a cool pilgrimage route up to Santiago, Spain. And it's like, I'm gonna be hiking for like 2 weeks and yeah, basically like backpacking. And I thought it could be nice to have my hair in braids for that, because then I wouldn't have to like worry about it really, because you don't like wash your hair when it's in these braids. So I thought that could be nice, but I think with the way the way my hair is looking, not just that, but also how it feels, like it's just a little too painful to leave in for that long. Like my scalp was just feeling sore today, and I started getting a headache. I don't know if it was from the tightness or just because I haven't been drinking too much water today, but yeah, I haven't been doing too much walking to prep the hike. So I don't know if people usually prep it. I actually haven't even done that much research into it because I kind of want to go into it with like a blank slate, like just kind of be surprised. And I'm usually good with that kind of stuff, like go with the flow. I don't need to I usually don't plan everything out. But I like to just like not read about it and just experience it for myself, because otherwise I feel like you go into things with all these like preconceived ideas that you got from other people about their experience or whatever. And I feel like all of that you just don't have to worry about if you just, I don't know, just don't, just don't look into it. Don't do your research. Don't, contrary to what people usually say, just, I don't know. It's like and I feel like nowadays with social media and everything, it's like you almost can't go anywhere as a blank slate. Like it actually, you have to be more intentional about deciding to not look into something, because think about like the Grand Canyon, for example. Like so many people say they like go there and the first time they see it, like they cry because it's just so vast and beautiful and like nothing they've seen before. But I feel like you can just go online and Google a photo of it, and then you see it, and then you already kind of know what to expect, and then you have all this stuff built up in your head because people say how amazing it is, so you have all these expectations already in your head of like what it's gonna be like. So there's just like all this hype around it, and then that's all in your head, and then you get there, and then you're like, oh my god, this is the moment I'm about to see it, and then you go and you're like, oh, okay, there it is. And there's just like a little bit of that all taken out of it. And I feel like that is something that is like becoming more and more difficult to experience, that feeling of like a true experience of like experiencing something for the first time. I just think it's really hard to do nowadays. So anyway, that was a long way of saying that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to doing this walk, because I just really don't know what to expect, and I'm not really trying to have any expectations at all. Like I'm not planning anything at all, really. I mean, I know the basic stuff, like how to go about finding a place to sleep at night, but I'm not like planning where I'm gonna stay at night or anything, because you don't really need to. But other than that, it's like just, I like walking and I like traveling, so it'll be cool to do a long walk where I'm kind of like traveling to a different country basically over the course of 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But all right, this is actually like coming out. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's like better than I thought it would. I thought it would be like really tight little greasy. Like, I thought it would look like this, except without the tie on it, basically. But it's kind of turning into, like, a little poof crimpness, you could say, I guess. By the way, I'm a little tired right now, if you can't tell. It's 11:05, and I have not yet adjusted to Senegal's time zone because I just am being irresponsible, and I just keep staying up super late and talking to people on like WhatsApp and stuff, and it's hard because like my family and friends are on like East Coast mostly, like 4 hours behind. So I end up talking to people, and before I know it, it's like 2 a.m. here, and I'm not tired because I'm not letting myself adjust to the time zone. So then I keep staying up super late, and last night was one of those nights where I went to bed super late, but I didn't sleep in. Earlier in this trip, I was sleeping in till like noon or even like 12:30, and I never do that. But lately I've been waking up earlier, but the problem is that I'm also going to bed later. So anyway, I am really just rambling. I've never done like a video like this where I just sit and talk to the camera. So I don't know if anyone would even watch this, but I don't know. I sometimes like to watch videos of when people like take out their dreads and stuff. Not that these are dreads, but maybe it's interesting to you if you've ever considered getting braids like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see this one. So yeah, she put like a different type of braid here, like a skinny one, and then all that other stuff. So I guess I'll take that one out now. Can I even take it out? Oh, I already took out the, oh my God, I already took out the hair tie for that one. So now I need to like rewind and just keep like basically undoing all of this. I've watched them take their braids out, and they usually use like the thin little, like not combs, but just those little sharp metal things to like get in there and just pull them apart. I actually might leave this braid in right now. I don't know. I could just leave it in overnight and deal with it tomorrow. It's kind of hard for me to see. Yeah, basically if I try to pull from here, it's gonna like create a knot down here. So I have to like kind of start at the bottom. You basically have to braid backwards, I think. Like you have to literally undo it. Like go down and basically do what she did, except in reverse, going up. I can do it. I don't think it'll be that hard. So anyway, maybe I'll just give a little bit of background as to why I am in Senegal right now. Yeah, I'm not sure if I really talked about it in any of my other videos, but basically, I used to live in Senegal from 2017 to 2019. I moved here for a job where I was working for an agricultural nonprofit that was working with farmers in West Africa to help them save their money in small increments, basically like a mobile layaway system where they can use their phones and save up their money in small increments over time for their fertilizer and seeds, like their farm inputs basically. And it was just a way to help them save their money basically. Like it wasn't giving them money, it wasn't really loans, it was just literally just because they don't really have access to banks, just a way for them to save their money, as people do, like when they buy things on layaway. So that's what the nonprofit does, and this is looking so funny. And I was doing communications for them, so really cool work. I loved that job. I was basically tasked with going around and collecting content to share with donors. So I visited farmers in their fields. I went to villages. Like every day I would go to a different village. I would meet a new farmer and I would ask them questions. I would just interview them. I would take their photos. I would basically find out from them, like, how have their lives changed as a result of our program. And it was really cool to do because I've always loved like learning from other cultures and like seeing how other people live. It's like one of my favorite things. So it was like a dream job for me. I was literally going around and meeting people from completely different culture. They all spoke different languages, like not just, so in Senegal you have like, you have like French, like the national language, you have Wolof, and then you have like other smaller languages, like you have Serer, you have Pulaar, you have like all these other languages that the farmers speak in different villages. And it was really cool to just just go around and see how, I'm gonna like break my hair, see how they live and talk to them about, it really felt impactful too, because I was able to, because I was kind of going around and seeing firsthand like how this program has kind of like changed their lives. So, and it was really cool. A lot of people would say like, this has given me like 50% greater harvest than what I used to get before I started working with this nonprofit, like before I started using their layaway system. And now I'm able to, now I'm able to send my children to school, or now I'm able to afford clothes for my children. It was stuff like that. So yeah, it really felt meaningful, and I really enjoyed the work, and I really loved, this is bad. I really feel like I'm like breaking my hair. I'm kind of glad I'm getting this out of the way though, because then I can like condition it and get it back to, I don't know, just help it feel like healthy again. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, so yeah, I really loved living in Senegal. I had always wanted to live here, actually. Like, I was supposed to study abroad. So to back up a little bit, in college, I was an international studies major. I've always loved like learning about just everything international. That's why I chose that as a major. And Africa was my region of concentration, because I've always been, for some reason, fascinated with Africa, African culture, African history, everything related to Africa. So I was supposed to study abroad in Senegal in college, and that didn't happen because it was the same year that Ebola broke out. So they told me I couldn't go on that program, and they were like, you could go to France, because I also like was taking French classes, and that was actually my minor, one of my minors. And I just didn't want to go. I was like, I don't want to go to Europe. I just didn't want to go. It just never interested me as much. I was like, I want to go to Africa. So I ended up going to Tanzania, where they don't speak French, they speak English. And the program like wasn't exactly related to anything I would like normally do. It was like a research-based program. So we had to do like research projects, but it was really cool regardless, because I was like, I just want to be in Africa. Like, I don't care where I am. I want to like learn about it. I want to be there. I want to experience it. So I ended up studying abroad in Tanzania, and that was really cool. I did a research project I focused on like the different traditions and customs of like a specific tribe in Tanzania, because again, I just love learning about how people live and their culture and stuff. So that's what I did there, and it was amazing. It was like an amazing trip, and I lived with the host family for part of that in a super, super remote village. Like, I was the furthest, my program was pretty small. It was me and like maybe like 8 other people from all around the US, like different schools. Like, no one else from my college was on that program. It was just like a group of like maybe like 8 or 9 of us from around the US. And yeah, so I got really close to the people on that program. And then in the village, I don't know why, I was like in the furthest village from anyone, and it was super remote, and it was like they didn't have electricity, they didn't have running water, they didn't have plumbing. It was like we had to literally like carry buckets of water on it. Like, the kids had to take me down to like the creek and show me how to fill the bucket with water and carry it on my head up these like muddy hills. And it was really interesting. Like, that was such a good experience that I had, and I'm so grateful I had it, because it's like, I mean, everything you hear about, like, about, you know, how we just take things for granted, that was just like such a wake-up call. And I mean, yeah, it was a really good experience, and I'm glad I went. And it's funny though, because after Tanzania, I always said I'm gonna go back to Senegal. I don't know why. I just like knew I wanted to come here. It's like something was just like, I have to go. So after college, people would ask me like, or like my senior year, they would be like, so do you know what you're doing after college? Like, are you gonna do it? Like, do you have a job? What are you doing after college? What are you doing after graduation? I mean, and I would just say to them, oh, I don't know, I'll probably just end up in Senegal. Like, I don't know why I said that to them, but that's literally what I would tell people. And then I got an internship after college working for Kiva. If you've never heard of it, it's again, like an international nonprofit that gives microloans to entrepreneurs around the world who are running businesses. And in my bio, like, you know, when you start a new job and they ask you to like write a little bio about yourself to like introduce yourself to your other coworkers and stuff. In my bio, for some reason, I said, Natalie hopes to one day live in Senegal where she can speak French while like living in Africa. Like, I literally wrote that in my bio for that organization. It's really funny because then, funny enough, through that internship, I met someone. There was a woman working for Kiva who had lived in Senegal working for this nonprofit that I then ended up finding a job with them, interviewing, and then after the internship, I went right from San Francisco to Senegal. So that's what I did, and I started living and working in Senegal in 2017, and yeah, it was great. That, like, it's everything I had wanted. I really wanted to come here, and so yeah, long story short, especially because I'm like almost done with these braids. Oh wait, no I'm not. There's like 4 more back there. I'll try to keep it quick though. But yeah, so I was working here from 2017 to 2019. I was based in Thiès, Thies. It is the second largest city in Senegal. It's about, I would say it's more like small town vibes. Definitely not like what you would picture as a city, but it's like an hour and a half east of Dakar, which is the capital. And yeah, that's where I was living. So I've been wanting to ever since, so I left Senegal in 2019, and then I actually moved to Laos, and I was teaching English, and I just wanted to like explore Southeast Asia. So that's why I have some videos on my channel randomly of like me traveling around Laos and Thailand and Vietnam and stuff, because because I was living in Laos. And that was like for probably like 8 or 9 months in 2019. I did that, and then in 2020, January of 2020, I moved back to the US for a job, another international nonprofit communications job. I moved back for a job that was based in Washington, D.C. And, oh man, this is gonna get naughty. So I was like sad to be living my life abroad, I was sad to be leaving my life abroad because I like I said, I really, if you can't tell, I really love traveling. And but I don't know, I was kind of feeling ready to like just, I don't know, get back to the US and try out having a job based in Washington, D.C. Like, it sounded like a fun thing, and it was fun. For the first few months from January to March, I was going to the office, which was downtown. That was really cool. But then COVID hit in 2020, obviously March 2020, and then we went fully remote. So we were ordered to just work from home, which was really nice. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure how other people feel about it, but I know me and all my coworkers were happy when we found out we were just going to be fully remote. And then they actually announced that we were going to stay fully remote, because it got to the point where, yeah, I mean, I know other people, like people from other companies and organizations some of them were deciding to just stay fully remote. Others were like, oh my gosh. Others were saying that they're all going to have to go back into the office. Others were doing like hybrid models. Like, I feel like it was kind of all over the place because it was so unprecedented. No one really knew what to do. But my organization decided to just keep us fully remote. So some people moved, some people like whatever. We kind of like gave up our office space, and that was kind of my cue to like make the most of working remotely. And I got a little sick of like working from my 1-bedroom apartment constantly. Like I realized I feel like it was a big awakening time, COVID, for a lot of people, realizing whether they're like introverted or extroverted, or like what energizes them, all that. Because for me, I realized I am not a like work from home 24/7 kind of person. Like I really need to be around people. Like I need something that like pushes me out the door in the morning. I need some like I just need that like sense of having to be somewhere at a certain time. Like some people are very self-motivated and I really respect that. I don't know how they do it. Like it's just hard. I mean, I still did it. Like I would still wake up and turn on my laptop and start working, but it got to a point where there's like even weirdly enough like less work-life balance because your laptop is always there, so you don't have that clear cutoff of like, okay, I'm waking up, I'm getting ready, and then I'm leaving and going to the office, and then I'm turning on my computer and doing my work, and then at the end of the day, you shut your computer, you go home, you take the commute, you unwind, you do all that. But now it was like, with working remotely, it was just always there. So it's like you wake up, you turn on your laptop, you work all day, and yeah, you can have breaks during the day. It's nice. I liked being able to like go on a walk in the middle of the day or do some laundry as I was taking a break or whatever. That was nice, but then it would be like, okay, so 5:30 rolls around and you get an email and then you check it and then, oh, I'll just do this thing real quick. And then it's like 6 p.m. and then it's 6:30 and you're like, all right, I'll turn off my laptop now. Oh, but there's this other thing. Like, I just feel like it was really, the lines were really blurred on where work starts and ends. And I did not love that. And I just didn't like being like in my apartment all day, not around people. And yeah, that's just not for me is what I learned. So, yeah, so that happened and I was with that job for 3 years, I think. Was it 3 years or maybe 3 years and a few months, I think. So yeah, I quit that job in like June of last year, June of 2023. I left that job and, yeah, I do like remote freelancing work. Like I still do communications work, and some other stuff. But right now I'm just I'm actually still working a bit while I'm here, while I'm traveling. But also kind of seeing this as a little break. Like I'm scaling back a little bit so that I can enjoy my travels and not just like be working the whole time, even though I have had some projects to do on deadlines this week, but yeah, so far we're making the most of it. I'm enjoying my time here. So basically I've been wanting to come back to Senegal for a while, and then a couple months ago I was like, I just have to do it. There's never going to be a perfect time. Like I just need to go, and I bought the ticket and decided to come, and it was a great decision. I don't regret it at all. I'm here now, and I got here like April 1st. It was like very symbolic, starting on like the 1st of the month. And yeah, I've been here for a little over, I don't even know. I'm so tired. I've been here for like 2 weeks or like over 2 weeks or maybe 2 weeks. I think it's like around 2 weeks. And I've really been enjoying it. My friend who's from Senegal just kind of like scooped me up and has been so hospitable, like taking me in and bringing me to his family's place in another region in Saint Louis, Senegal, like another region, and I've been staying with them. Well, not staying with them, I'm staying in a hotel, but I've been like spending a lot of time with them. They've been having me over for dinner like every single night. It's so nice. I celebrated Korite with them yesterday, which is like the Senegalese holiday celebrating the end of Ramadan. That was really fun. That's actually why my hair was in the braids. That's why I got the henna on my fingers. And yeah, everyone's so nice, and it's really nice to be back. And I visited some people who I used to work with in my old office in Chess, and I'm gonna stop by there again Saturday. I'm gonna drive to Dakar. And on the way, I'm going to stop in Chess to see another friend who I haven't seen in 5 years, which is crazy. So it's really nice to be back. And yeah, I just think like, I don't know. It's like priceless being able to like see people who you haven't seen in so long. Like I think that's the most important thing. So I really wanted to like prioritize that on this trip. It's like the biggest reason I'm taking this trip, but also just to like come back and feel, I don't know, it's like a certain feeling to be here somewhere that was like my home for 2 years, and it's just really nice to feel it again. So yeah, that's my little like life story. I don't know. That's like a lot. I just gave you a lot of random information about my life, but this is the final product of what my post braid hair looks like. I look like a lion. Like, what is this? I kind of like it though. It's kind of cool. It's not often that I get my hair like poofy like this, so maybe I'll enjoy it for a bit longer, but this braid I'm probably gonna have to take out, but I might leave it in for a little bit because it's kind of cute, but I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, if you watched any of this video, thank you for watching this. Let me know if you have any thoughts about anything I said in the comments below. Yeah, it was nice to sit here and be able to just chat to a camera for a bit, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.